fly like arrows, sharp and planned. Laughter groans fill the room, never alone.
Hello, YouTube viewers out there. It is Sebastian of Sebastian's Movie Game Time. And on episode 59, I'm going to be reviewing and talking about all the movies that I give 4 out of 4 stars. These are the films I really enjoy and like. Um, so again, thank you for. So, welcome to Sebastian's Movie Game Time, episode 59. Let's get started, shall we? First, we have a classic movie called It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, written by Stanley Kramer. It's about a group of cast of characters who go on an epic journey, cross-country adventure to look for stolen money that from a dying man who who told the people that he buried money somewhere in California and who's on the run from the law. It's a mad, 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 mad world. I saw this movie when I was like a little kid, and I laughed so hard. Tears come out of my eyes because I was laughing so hard. It was really funny, and all the characters they all get into fights, arguments, and the car chases are some of the most outrageous car chases ever filmed. To to his funny climax of an ending. It's a mad, mad, mad world. It stars Spencer Tracy, Melton Burrow, um, Buddy Hackett, Sid Caesar, Ethel Merman, Mickey Rooney, Dick Shawn, Bill Silvers, Terry Thomas, Johnson Winters, Darcy Provine, Eddie Adams, Eddie Rochester Anderson, Peter Falk, Barry Chase, Sterling Holloway, Marvin Kaplan, Buster Keaton, Jerry Lewis, Don Knotts, Jimmy Duran, Carl Reiner, Annie Devine, and the Free Stooges, the real Free Stooges guys, makes appearance in the Mad Mad World. I give this a Mad 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 World 4 out of 4 stars. We have a movie called Saturday Night Fever. It's about an Italian American man from Brooklyn who likes to hit the disco dance floor while he works out and was living at home with his family and working at a local paint store shop. Saturday Night Fever. This is one of my. This is to me what I call my my classic John Travolta dance movie because there's another dancing movie that starred John Travolta and it's that one is not my favorite called Grease. I've seen Grease and I wouldn't say it's my favorite Travolta dance classic movie. I take Saturday Night. I pick and choose Saturday Night Fever over Grease. Even though someone told me once, you could like them both, not just one. But I don't want to like both movies, Grease and Saturday Night Fever. There's only one classic Travolta dance movie for me. It's not Grease. It's Saturday Night Fever with the Bee Gees disco music songs, hitting on the disco floor with his moves. That's just more of my kind of movie than the Grease film. But Saturday Night Fever stars John Travolta. Well, like I said, I guess Saturday Night Fever. I think Saturday Night Fever might be my favorite classic Travolta dance movie. Even though you may disagree with me on that, I don't mind if you do. Saturday Night Fever stars John Travolta. I give Saturday Night Fever 4 out of 4 stars. We had the French Connection, directed by the great director William Friedkin. It's about two NYPD detectives, Popeye Doyle and his partner, as they plan to bring down a smuggler from a different country who's importing drugs and ship him up and put him into his smuggling car vehicles. The French Connection. This is an all-time classic, especially to me, obviously. Stars Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman won Academy Award for Best Actor. So The French Connection stars Gene Hackman and Roy Shatter. I get The French Connection, 4 out of 4 stars. We have a Disney movie from the 70s called Condo Shoe. It's about a con artist who hires a troubled teenage girl to have her look for a lost century-old treasure of Spanish doubloon, gold, at English Manor. This is a Disney 70s beloved classic movie from the 70s, Condo Shoe. If you don't have Disney Plus, I recommend you get Disney Plus and watch Condo Shoe. It's really a classic 70s Disney movie. It stars David Niven, Jodie Foster, Helen Hayes, Leo McKern, and Vivian Pickles as Grimsworthy. I've seen this movie Condo Shoe a bunch of times, so I know some of the quote lines that I say because I've seen this movie a bunch of times. So it's a credible movie. Condo Shoe, I give it 4 out of 4 stars. We have the Polar Express. It's about a young boy who comes aboard upon a magical train along with other kids who are on board the train as they go to the North Pole to see Santa Claus. As the young boy finds out the true meaning of Christmas as he believes in the spirit. Um, this is a Polar Express. Oh, this is a beautiful movie. Oh, I like this movie. I really enjoyed this movie. This is such a good movie. It's starring the voice talents of Tom Hanks, who does different voice of different characters in this film. Written by Robert Zemeckis. Oh, I think Robert Zemeckis did a very great job making the Polar Express. Really beautiful. Terrific. I give the Polar Express 4 out of 4 stars. We have Dungeons and Dragons. It's set in the world. Full. It's set. The movie set in a magical world or realm filled with evil sorcerers who wants to control the evil red dragons under their power, as live in a fantasy world. As two thieves must must save the kingdom from an evil sorcerer who wants to control the red dragons to so he can take over the entire kingdom. Dungeons and Dragons. Now there was a standalone sequel. I think it came out 2023, I believe. There was a sequel called Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Amongst Thieves. It's a standalone sequel to Dungeons and Dragons, like I said. But to be honest, I saw Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Amongst Thieves, and it was kind of made for all the younger generation people today who like those kind of type of movies. So, but I really didn't care. I really didn't care for Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Amongst Thieves that starred Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, and Hugh Grant. I never cared for that one. There's only one Dungeons and Dragons movie, and this is the Dungeons and Dragons. The only Dungeons and Dragons. Well, at least according to me, that's what I call it. There's only one Dungeons and Dragons, and it's this version film that came out 2000. That's my favorite and better Dungeons and Dragons than the Honor Amongst Thieves one. So Dungeons and Dragons. It stars Justin Wallen, Jeremy Irons, Bruce Payne, Dora Burch, Marlon Wayans. I give Dungeons and Dragons 4 out of 4 stars. We have a movie. We have a movie called Extreme Ops. It's about extreme snowboarders who get themselves into trouble and danger, where they find out that the ruthless group of terrorists are into hiding at the same uh, snowy retreat mountain as where they're staying at. This is a fun movie. Extreme Ops, really good snowboarding action sequence. Um, Extreme Ops. It stars Devon Sawa, Bridget Wilson, Sampis, and a great character actor that I really think is a good character actor named Rufus Sewell. Um, I give Extreme Ops 4 out of 4 stars. We have Scooby Doo in the Cyber Chase. It's about Scooby Doo and the gang who gets sucked into a computer game as they must battle the evil phantom virus through all the different levels. This is what you call and say this is my favorite Scooby Doo animated movie. Being this one, The Witch's Ghost, and there's quite a few others that I like, enjoy. Scooby Doo and the Cyber Chase, really fun Scooby Doo animated film, like I said. Stars the voice talents of Scott Ains, Joe Lansky, B.J. Ward, and Tom Kane. I get Scooby Doo and the Cyber Chase 4 out of 4 stars. We have Atlantis, the Lost Empire. It's about a young man named Milo who joins a group of explorers as they must find the mysterious urban legend myth of the lost city of Atlantis. I saw this movie at the movie theater when it came out to 2001. I saw this movie when it first came out at a movie theater and I was completely mind blowing. I was mind blown. I was completely blown. Oh, I was completely blown away with the computer effects, CGI or special effects. Oh, I really enjoyed this Atlantis: The Lost Empire. And I rewatched this movie last year, and it's like I still remember everything about this film. It's so good. Oh, I really like this movie, Atlantis: Lost Empire. It's really fun movie. If you never heard or never seen it, really fun. Stars of voice talents of Michael J. Fox, James Garner. I give Atlantis: The Lost Empire 4 out of 4 stars. We have a movie called Masterminds about a troubled rebel teenager who fight back against a mercenaries who have taken over a prep school that his sister is one of the students in the prep school. Um, Masterminds. This is known for a lot of people that very unknown of a movie or completely underrated. It's not. I don't find Mastermind's movie completely underrated. It's a fun little movie. It didn't do so good when it first came out, I guess at the time. But that doesn't mean that it was good. To me, I really like the Masterminds movie. I have fun with it. I still enjoy it. It stars Patrick Stewart and Vincent Codizer, Brenda Fricker. I give Masterminds 4 out of 4 stars. We have a movie called Jurassic Park. It's about a group of guest people who come to an island as they must fight for survival after a mysterious person unleashes opens all the dinosaur fence gates and all the dinosaurs come out the fence gates and has them running loose around the entire island park. Jurassic Park, this is nothing but a beloved classic to a lot of people, and me especially included. There's so many great moment scenes. Like there are two dinosaurs in Jurassic Park that literally are my two favorite dinosaurs. One of them is being the T Rex dinosaur. That's my favorite dinosaur is a T Rex. And there's another dinosaur in this film that I really like, but it only has one scene for some reason. I don't know why. And that other dinosaur I like, it's called a Dilophosaurus. The the Dilophosaurus dinosaur. It's the Dilophosaurus dinosaur that when it shakes his or flaps his wings, it'll spit venom at a person and it will paralyze them. Those two are my favorite dinosaurs. And there's many other good character moments. Like there's a character who goes by the name of Robert Muldoon, who's the game warden, whose job is to hunt the raptors. He has a great moment shot. He has great few moment scenes, and some good quotes. Jurassic Park stars Sam Neill, Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, Richard Attenborough, Bob Peck, Joseph Maslio, Ariana Richards, Wayne Knight, and Samuel Jackson, Bob B.D. Wan. I get the first Jurassic Park movie 4 out of 4 stars. All right. Yeah, so Jurassic Park, give it 4 out of 4 stars. We have the first Mummy movie. Um, Last year, the Mummy got re-released for the 25th anniversary. Um, the Mummy was brought back in theaters for a limited time for its 25th anniversary re-release of the film that came out 25 years. And I saw the first Mummy movie with Brendan Fraser. I saw this first Mummy movie when it first came out, like in 1999. So yeah, and I really like it. I saw the re-release of it last year, and do you know what I told myself? I told myself watching this re-release of the Mummy film, I told myself, you know what? I feel like I was like that 9 years old kid again who saw this movie the first time, just like the year when it first came out. It was good. It was great that they re-released it. I'm really happy. I saw it again. Brought back so many good memories when I saw the Mummy film. The Mummy is about a group of treasure hunters and explorers who awaken an ancient old evil mummy who wreaks havoc all around Egypt. The Mummy stars Brendan Fraser, Rachel Weisz, John Hannah, Arnold Vosloo, Odette Fair, um, Stephen Dunham, Johnson Hyde. I get the first Mummy 4 out of 4 stars. We have we have Anastasia. It's by a young orphan girl who discovers that she might be the long lost daughter of a czar named Anastasia. As the young orphan girl befriended with two con artists. Anastasia, this is one of those movies that I simply call very beautiful and very magical of a film with the musical numbers. Great. I give Anastasia stars of voice talents of Meg Ryan, John Cusack, Kelsey Grammer, Christopher Lloyd, Hank Azaria. I give Anastasia 4 out of 4 stars. We have the third Home Alone movie. It's about a young kid named Alex who has a chicken pox, who has two siblings who go to school, and his parents are away at work. As he's stuck at home with the chicken pox, as he sets up booby traps for pair for a team of international thieves who who have stolen as a top secret microchip and put it inside a remote toy control car. Now, the third Home Alone movie, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something, kind of something that people would say blasphemy. So if you forgive me if you forgive me for what I'm about to say, the third Home Alone or Home Alone 3, I think is better. This is to me and to me only. I think the third Home Alone movie is way better than the first Home Alone. I mean, I get it. The first Home Alone, it's a beloved classic Christmas film. I get it. I understand it. And I know the fan base of the first Home Alone film. But the third Home Alone is basically, to me, my all time favorite. And I think it's better than the first one. I hate to say that, but you may disagree with me. And then, if you disagree, then, I don't blame you if you do. But this is just to me and my thoughts about a Third Home Alone movie. I think it's better than the first one. Some of you may disagree with me, and that's okay. The Third Home Alone, it stars Alec D. Lenz, Helen Mars, and a young teenager actress named Scarlett Johansson before she went on to play Natasha Romanoff in the Marvel superhero films and many other films I've seen her in. Scarlett Johansson was like a teenager girl in this Home Alone 3 movie. I give the third Home Alone 4 out of 4 stars. We have a movie called Congo. It's about a group of different people, including a professor and many others, go on a journey as the professor takes and returns his ape gorilla to her home where she belongs. As the entire group encounter killer gorillas. Congo movie. This is the like like the Jurassic Park movie that is adventurous and very suspenseful. While Congo, it's almost like a Jurassic Park movie, but with gorillas instead of dinosaurs. But yeah, Congo's one of those movies that every time I watch Congo, I've seen it a bunch of times over and over again, and it's just one of those movies that I just love watching because it's really great adventureness of a film. It's it's very suspenseful. It can be intense, but I love the Congo movie. I really have. It stars Dylan Wash, Laura Linney, Ernie Hudson, um, Grant Heslop, Joe Don Baker, Tim Curry, Bruce Campbell, Adewale Aske Hagar, Delroy Lindo appears in it, and Joe Plantiano also appears in it. I get the first Congo movie 4 out of 4 stars. Art. We have the first Mission Impossible movie. It's about IMF agent Ethan Hunt who must find the person who murdered his team and framed Ethan Hunt himself for the murder of his own team. This is the first and original Mission Impossible film. The one that started it all. This is a great Mission Impossible film. With Tom. This is a great Mission Impossible film. At least to me, that's what I think. It stars Tom Cruise, Kristen Scott Thomas, John Voight, Jean Reno, Ving Rhames, Henry Czerny, Emilio Estevez, and Vanessa Redgrave. I get the first Mission Impossible movie 4 out of 4 stars. Oh, we have a top tier action movie. That's my favorite and my action movie on my top tier list. We have Broken Arrow. It's about an Air Force commander who must go up against and battle his own his own major who's planning to steal 2 nuclear warheads to the black market with help from a park ranger woman. What can I say about Broken Arrow? I like Broken Arrow, I really do. It's one of my and like I said, Broken Arrow is one of my top tier action movies. I really like Broken Arrow. I really do. I love the score. I have the score CD for the movie, and I love the score. Composed and conducted by a great music composer man named Hans Zimmer, who went on to score other good movie scores. But Broken Arrow, to me, is my favorite music score. You know how when people say, "Oh, they have their own favorite music score to a movie," but Broken Arrow, to me, it's my favorite movie score. I love the score played by Hans Zimmer. Broken Arrow, like I said, this is a top tier action movie on my list. It stars John Travolta, Christian Slater, Samantha Mathis, Howie Long, Delroy Lindo, Frank Wally, Bob Gunton, I Get Broken, and it's directed by action director John Woo. I Get Broken Arrow, 4 out of 4 stars. We have Scooby Doo and the Richest Ghost. It's about Scooby Doo and the Mystery Inc. gang, along with a horror novelist who comes to a small town in Massachusetts where they must solve a new mystery as they encounter the trio of a rock band goth group called the Hex Girls. Now, this is the Hex Girls. This is the Hex Girls' first introduction to the Scooby Doo. This is their first introduction was this Scooby Doo film, and um, I like the Hex Girls, but I like the lead. I like the lead singer of the Hex Girls. Where's her name? Dawn. I always had. I always have a big crush on the Thorn character. The the front member of the Hex Girls. I have always have a crush on Thorn, the leader of the Hex Girls. I always liked Thorn. Um, Scooby Doo and the Richest Ghost stars the voice talents of Scott Ains, Mary Kay Bergman, B.J. Warren, Tim Curry, Jennifer Hale. I give Scooby Doo and the Richest Ghost 4 out of 4 stars. We have a movie called Payback. It's about a career criminal man who gets revenge on his partner and his wife who left him for dead and stole his $70 million off of him. As he plans to get it, as the criminal career man plans to get his 70 million back from the organization mobs. Payback. This is another great movie. I really like Payback. There's so many great quotable, funny moments. There there's some good funny moments and some quotable moments. Payback. It stars Mel Gibson, Maria Bello, Bill Duke, David Paymer, Douglas Carr Unger, John Glover, Lucy Liu, William Devane, James Coburn, and Chris Christopherson. Um, I get Payback movie 4 out of 4 stars. And finally, we have the last movie called Cherry Falls. It's about a high school teenage girl who is a virgin who finds out that there's a psychopath serial killer who is targeting and killing virgin teenager girls. So as a teenager, high schoolers plan to throw a party so they can so they can get off of the killer's target list. Cherry Falls. Now, I saw this movie Cherry Falls when I was about 10 years old. I know it's shocking, right? Like 10 years old I was when I saw this Cherry Falls movie, like on cable TV. This movie didn't get put into, like movie theaters because there when people were making this movie, they were having a hard time trying to distribute it and bring the market in. So this movie never found its way in the local movie theaters. It never found its way to the theaters. So it came out directly on cable TV. And I wasn't allowed to watch horror and slasher movies at a young age, you know, but I did. So Cherry Falls movie, this is a Cherry Falls movie that is, what I call it's the first slasher horror movie that I ever saw when I was like 10 years old was Cherry Falls. And then all these years later, it all came back to me. I thought, what happened to that movie I saw when I was like about 10 years old called Cherry Falls? Man, would it be cool if Blu-ray somehow makes this movie on Blu-ray? It would be really cool. But then as luck as luck All right, so what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so all these years later, I found out I was at a website. I was at a website. I always go to this website all the time. called blooddisgusting.com. It's a website where it tells you all every horror movies that are coming out, or horror movie news. And I was reading something on blooddisgusting.com, and I read somewhere that company who goes by the name of Scream Factory is also the same company called Shell Factory. And that's when I read that Scream Factory was going to release this movie on Blu-ray. And when I heard about this, I was so excited. I was like, "What? Blu-ray's going to release this movie from 2000 for the first time?" And do you know what that Blu-ray film was? Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Jerry Falls. Oh, I was so excited. I was so excited when Scream Factory was gonna release this on Blu-ray for the first time. I was like, Cherry Falls, no way! I was so excited. I was so excited. Oh, I just couldn't believe it. Because this is this is a movie that became my first slasher horror movie that I ever saw when I was about 10 years old, when I saw it on cable TV. I like this movie. This is like my childhood slasher film, and happens to be the first slasher film I ever saw during my childhood of 10 years of being 10 years old. So Scream Factory released this movie on Blu-ray for the first time, and when I heard about this, I I immediately I immediately went I immediately went out. I bought this movie. I watched it. I watched this after I bought it, and I took it home with me on that day. I put this movie in my Blu-ray player I have, and and I was like, when I rewatched it all these years, like I did before, I was like, oh my god, it's totally everything as I remember. Because whenever you see a movie that you've seen before, you go like, I don't remember watching this or seeing this scene in this movie, or this happened in the scene of this movie. But I rewatched this movie all these years later. I saw the entire of this movie all these years later, and it completely brought back so many good memories that I remember watching when I was like 10 years old at that age. It's crazy, right? That this is considered the first slasher horror movie that's that I saw when I was about 10 years old. It's crazy, right? And I'm in my 30s right now, and it's like it feels like it brings back so many good memories of watching Cherry Falls. So I was so excited. I was so excited. I went out, bought this film like on Blu-ray. I watched it, and it brought back so many good memories of my 10-year-old. I was like, I can see my 10-year-old self looking back on this movie, being 10 years old, and thought, wow, I can't believe it. I was like 10 years old when this movie came out. This movie came out in the year 2000. So it's crazy that this movie came out when I was like 10 years old, and I saw this movie. So now I got my favorite slasher horror film, or the first slasher horror film that I ever saw at 10 years old. So now I got it. I own it. So I'm very happy. So thank you, Scream Factory out there. If you're watching this, Scream Factory, I like your product, Blu-ray films that you're re-releasing. Thank you so much, Scream Factory, for releasing this movie. Thank you so much. I've been looking forward to find this movie on Blu-ray for a long time. Thank you. So, Cherry Falls, it stars the late Brittany Murphy, Jay Moore, Michael Bean, Gabriel Mann, Amanda Anka, Jesse Bradford, Candy Clark, Natalie Ramsey. I get Cherry Falls 4 out of 4 stars. Okay, everyone. Oh, and there's one more movie I forgot to mention. We have the Phantom. It's about a figure hero who goes by the name the Ghost Who Walks, or people call him the Phantom. As the Phantom hero figure battles a rich, must stop a rich businessman tycoon who's after the free Parvo skulls. Um, the Phantom. It's one of those movies that's completely venturiness, action, um, just great, just great of a fun adventure action movie. The Phantom, really great movie. Especially when I first saw it, I really liked it. The Phantom stars Billy Zane, Christy Swanson, Treat Williams, Catherine Zeta-Jones, um, and James Rumor. I give The Phantom 4 out of 4 stars. Okay, everybody, that will do it for Sebastian's Movie Game Time, episode 59. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and you get new content episodes. Thank you for watching episode 59, and I'll see all of you at the movies. Hello again, YouTube. Hello again, YouTube viewers out there. It is Sebastian of Sebastian's Movie Game Time, and I know I recorded before that was it, but I forgot one more movie that is called Sebastian's 4 out of 4 star movies that I enjoy. I forgot about one movie, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish off. This is still episode 59, but I'm gonna finish off with this last movie. So, we have a movie called The Dark Knight, also known as Batman Begins 2, or no, you know what? No, not Batman Begins, just The Dark Knight. Batman, Batman 2, Christopher Nolan's Batman 2. The Dark Knight is a sequel to the first Batman. Um, The Dark Knight is considered the first in the Christopher Nolan's first Batman film called Batman Begins. And the last Christopher Nolan Batman film was The Dark Knight Rises. But this is the second Batman of the Christopher Nolan Batman films, The Dark Knight, where Batman Bruce Wayne must battle must battle a new psychopath villain, Gotham City serial killer who goes by the name of the Joker, who happens to be a terrorist at the same time, who just wants chaos, who just wants to create chaos and violence. At the same time, Batman must also go up against corrupt police officers that who are corrupted. Um, what can I say about the Dark Knight? This is the Dark Knight, Christopher Nolan's second Batman film by Christopher Nolan. Um, I didn't care too much about I didn't care too much about the first one, which was Batman Begins, that came out in 2005, and I didn't care for the last third Dark Knight movie called The Dark Knight Rises that came out 2012. But for some reason, I do like this sequel called The Dark Knight. This is a much better sequel. I think to me, my own opinion, my own opinion, I think Christopher Nolan's second Batman film, Dark Knight, it's really one of my favorites, all-time favorites. Better than Batman Begins, I think, and it's better than the Dark Knight Rises. The second one, the second one, The Dark Knight, is definitely one of my favorites. It stars Christian Bale, Maggie Gyllenhaal, Aaron Eckhart, Morgan Freeman, Eric Roberts, Michael J. White, Gary Oldman, Michael Caine, And least but not least, we have the scenes. We we have the late Heath Ledger and his one of his last completed finished films that he did before he passed. And Heath Ledger, well, plays the Joker, none other than the Joker character, if I add. Uh, boy. And this is Heath Ledger's last final completed finished film before he died, apparently. And it's it's very sad that Heath Ledger died after this Dark Knight movie was over and he completed. It's very sad that this was his last finished film. There was like this scene stiller. Every time Heath Ledger's Joker appeared as his Joker character in a scene in this Dark Knight movie, every time he's on screen, it's just amazing, um, mesmerizing. I think Heath Ledger gives a great performance as the Joker, and I think this is definitely one of my favorite performances by Heath Ledger. He gave a great performance as the Joker, I thought. So, this is actually one of the best. And like I said, I I prefer this Dark Knight Batman 2 movie way better than Batman Begins and The Dark Knight Rises. This one, The Dark Knight, it's definitely one of the best Batman of the Christopher Nolan Batman films. And Christopher Nolan, I thought this is Christopher Nolan's best Batman sequel movie, in my opinion. So yeah, The Dark Knight, Batman 2, Christopher Nolan's Batman 2, The Dark Knight. I give The Dark Knight 4 out of 4 stars. Okay, everybody, that would do it. This is the last movie, so thank you for watching episode 59. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and you get new content episodes. Thank you for watching, and I'll see all of you at the movies.